Hi, so we are going to show you some cool science things that you can do, easy stuff at home that you and your children can work on together. So the first thing we're going to make is a lung model. So you are going to show how the lungs work to bring in air and release carbon dioxide. So what you need is a plastic bottle. Probably have a lot of these since we're home for 2 weeks and you probably stocked up. You can use any size. I've also had my students do it with 2-liter soda bottles or 1-liter soda bottles. So any of those work. You need a balloon. Like me, you probably have them stockpiled somewhere in the event that you have to quickly do a party decoration. You need a plastic bag and scissors, or depending upon the thickness of the bottle, you might need to have like a razor or something to cut through it, and then tape of some sort. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the label from the bottle and cut off the bottom using some sort of guideline. Most of the lines on the bottle actually go right around it, so it's perfect. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. All right, so we have cut the bottom off, and I also had to dry it a little bit. So our next step is going to be to take the cap off. You don't necessarily need the cap, although you can do different variations of the same thing. And then the next step is going to be taking the balloon and actually putting it in. Hang on, I need to change our angle. Okay. So that's a little better lighting wise. So what we need to do is you're going to put the balloon into the top of the bottle, and then you want to wrap it around so that it covers the top. So you want the balloon, it needs to be a good seal, so it needs to be all the way around. And if your balloon breaks at all, you need to get a new one. You want to make sure that it's completely sealed on the top. All right, the next step that Elsie's going to help me with doing is she's going to cut the bag, cut off the top of the bag, because we just need the bag itself. We don't need the cover, so go ahead and do that. This is going to be on the bottom of the model. All right, so we've got the bottom of the bag. The next step is going to be you want to put the bag around the bottom of the bottle. And the important thing about this is you need to make sure that the bottle and the bag, that there's no air coming into the bag. Like there needs to be no holes or anything. So you could try any kind of tape, Scotch tape. We have packing tape. You could probably use masking tape. Any of those actually work. You just want to make sure that it's a tight seal. All right, so we have our bottle taped, okay? So it's completely taped all the way around, and the bag is at the bottom so that you can very easily pull on the bag. So now Mikey's going to demonstrate that when you pull on the bag, okay, and then push on the bag, what it's doing is the balloon is either inflating or deflating. So what happens is when we breathe, it's not us taking in air by us going, it's actually by our diaphragm. When the diaphragm moves down, then the lungs can fill up with air because of air pressure. When the diaphragm moves up, then just like push it up, push it up. Okay. So when you move the diaphragm down, so pull the bag down, then pull the bag down, it's going to allow the lungs to fill up with air. It creates air pressure and allows, and then when you push up on the baggie, that's like the diaphragm moving up, and it is